Okay, one of the challenges we've run into when setting up live streams has got to be the space. Now, a lot of times live streams are done in studios, that's easy. But we have a client who loves to highlight and showcase the different offices around the country, around the world, and I think it's a great, brilliant idea to honor the people that are here, so I love that concept. But the challenges are, we're typically sight on scene. We arrive and it's like, whoa, where do we shoot? How do we set up lighting, audio? And we gotta all do that in like a matter of 1 or 2 days. So having a nice proper site visit has been really helpful in really dialing in not only the setup and how we're gonna make that flow easy, but also set up really good expectations of what the look and the vibe is gonna be like. So in this instance, this is a new office in Atlanta in the Buckhead region, and it's a beautiful office. It's got some great branding, amazing nooks and crannies of this place, like all their offices are, and they would like to do it here just to kind of highlight and feature it. So one of the things we're going to implement is kind of a walkthrough video of what the space looks like. For sure, a little bit more intimate vibes here. And so yeah, the space is really great and we're going to make it work, but I'm going to break it down. We have a huge checklist here of a bunch of things we got to be looking for. It's not just cameras, it's audio, it's lighting, it's production, it's seating, it's all that. Logistics, people walking in and out, internet, oh my goodness, if you don't have internet, you're cooked for a live stream. So many things we're going to go through, but let's take a look at the space first. Okay, so here's the front entrance, and one of the coolest things, man, you got these murals, branding is like everywhere. Look at that gorgeous signage over there. So this was the kind of general, like, could we do it in here? Audio sounds great because this room is already sound treated. That's sound deadening material, which is awesome. What about HVAC noise or maybe noise coming from machines? Having access and controls to the HVAC is super important. What's really a good tip is like, crank this down as low as you can when you're setting up, and then when it's time to actually do a live stream, turn it off completely so it doesn't come on. One of the things we're always looking for is some depth, so kind of really lean into that kind of intimate vibe with the great practicals hanging. You've got this great art. I know it's not really lit really well here. We're gonna do that. You've got a credenza here, a TV that we can display like slides, or even if we can even display like brand logo, no problem. So pulling the speakers a little bit away from the wall is going to be really important. If you have them up against the wall, especially if it's up against a flat wall like this, just doesn't create any depth. But if we have some distance between the subject and the background, and we typically achieve that the best into a corner, then we can get a lot of depth. So in this shot, we can definitely go with 3, maybe even 4 people in this main angle. This would kind of be our A cam angle. Then you've got your B and C cam getting a much tighter view. So we would sneak another 4th camera here to have a tight shot that's constantly on our main speaker. Also, what we will be doing is measuring the space, get exact dimensions of everything. That way you can draw up a schematic and have kind of a top-down look. Some people are very visual and they want to see the video or the photos. Some people are very technical and they want to see something like a schematic or a blueprint. Okay, so after taking all the measurements, kind of draw, I am no architect, but I can at least draw straight lines with a ruler. But anyway, here's kind of roughly what our room looks like from a top-down schematic. This area is where we're going to be doing the filming. This is the area where we're going to do seating and our equipment. And then, as you can see, this is kind of where the planter is. You can't move it. This is that corner of that room. This is where that painting is. This is where the cool lights are. The seats are going to be right here. We're going to have seating here. Our key is going to be right here, and our cameras are going to be right here. Put this into a program like SketchUp. I love Google SketchUp. SketchUp's really cool. You literally can just take a picture of this and it will read out the dimensions and get it kind of 90% there for you with a little bit of tweaks. But it definitely gives you a nice 3D view of everything once you put all these dimensions in. So get this in SketchUp, get a lighting diagram going for my team. So this giant, I guess it's a planter, it's really immovable. So where this black stool is right here, this kind of represents where our key light is going to be. This gives us an opportunity to key in an area where really this stuff is immovable. We can't really set up cameras back here anyway, so this is a great spot for that key light. Our cameras are set up on this side of the key, so we're going to still create just a little bit of a shadow side, which I know for a lot of corporate work, sometimes we want big and bright, but we can still add a little bit of dimension on their face by throwing a shadow side. So everything, remember your 180-degree rule, everything on that side of the line of the key, all the way. We can even stick a camera right here. This would all be on the shadow side and really enhance the look of the speaker's face. Plus for Q&A, because the space is smaller, one of the things we're considering is having the mic be passed around, but then we have a 5th camera angle that's handheld. Going with a handheld camera angle could be really beneficial to an overall live stream, just because it adds to that intimate look. It adds to almost the charm of a live stream where things aren't so rigid and structured on tripods, but it looks like, oh, there's some movement here, there's some life, people are getting up. It breaks up the monotony sometimes of the tripod angles as well. I think that would be a really cool addition to what we're doing here already with the static cams. We've got a little area for a confidence monitor right here for the speakers. And then we would run all of our electricity down this way. There are outlets behind the desk, which is where a majority of our electrical stuff will be wired in here too. So this is super convenient that we have a desk back here. So power becomes a big issue. And then we run all our production gear back here. This would kind of be our live stream production table, production desk. For general seating, this is going to be a nice bench area. We're also going to add another bench across right here. And what's really great about this is this kind of increases that intimacy, right? You're going to be sitting right behind camera folks. You're going to be sitting behind the equipment. You get that BTS behind the scenes look. It's really cool. If you have anybody that needs to hop on and off stage quick, you can stage them right here. So you're really in the vibes, and we'll have some high seating over here that can look over the planter, which really can't move.
Okay, that's it, everybody. That's our walkthrough of our live stream setup. One of the reasons I love live streams is that they're unlike any other production. You plan for so long and everything happens all at once. It kind of makes me feel like I'm working in a high stakes kitchen. They're fun, they're challenging, and they force you to be incredibly details oriented. I mean, the amount of planning, preparation, and scrutiny that goes into a successful live stream is honestly hard to match, and that's exactly why I think they're so valuable. Every live stream we do makes us better for everything else. Imagine bringing the same level of preparation into your interviews, commercial shoots, documentaries, or YouTube videos. You're going to be leveling up simply by just being more thorough. I'd love to hear how you guys approach live streams, and if there's any live stream pros out there, drop a comment, let us know how we can improve, give us your tips and tricks. We'd love to hear from y'all. Hey, if you found this to be helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody that's looking to improve their productions and creativity. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.